There were two things said last night that I thought really pointed at the crux of the search. One person said that the reason that he had taken up a strenuous meditation practice was because he was trying to escape suffering. And then another woman mentioned that our question was about healing. What is it about healing? And it seems like these two issues, the issue of escaping suffering and the issue of healing, whether it's healing the body or healing the psyche, some kind of search for something to tend to the wounds that everyone has experienced. There are multiple woundings, part of every life, even the most privileged lives. Not to mention the whole collective woundedness, or the animal nature, or just the wound of discovering that you're human. It's shocking, the mess of it all. So there's this, unless one just is successful in numbing or dissociating, which is usually attempted, and some people are successful at that, just creating scar tissue over the psychic or physical or emotional wounds and getting on with it. But none of you, I suspect, have been entirely successful. And that's good. That's good, because the wound itself then serves as a push, serves as some kind of grit that won't let you be comfortable until you get it tended to. And so, of course, we search in multiple ways, multiple experiences, spiritual and worldly, to try to get that ache or hurt to go away, which is suffering. And then at some point, perhaps we turn to the spiritual life with the hope that enlightenment or association with a particular teaching or teacher will take that hurt away, will take the suffering away, and so we will do what the teaching says, or what the teacher says. And we will do it over and over in the hope that it will be taken away. When you have a true teacher and a true teaching, that's recognized, and with the greatest compassion and the deepest ruthlessness, you are thrown directly into the center of the woundedness, of the hurt, of the suffering. You are stopped in your tracks. All the goingness of the mind is to escape that essential, primal hurt and all of the peripheries of that hurt. But the essential, deep one, that doesn't even have a name, we can call it the human condition, or conditioned existence, or the fact of suffering. But there's some drive to escape it. And that drive actually brings you full circle to meet it. It's, of course, a level of maturity, because you can only be ready to meet it if you've tried numerous avenues of escaping it, only to find it waiting for you somewhere along the way or at the end, and then usually there's a backtracking down that avenue and another avenue is tried. And certainly everyone in this room can relate to that. So I'm very happy to offer you the invitation to stop. To stop searching for relief. To stop searching for healing. This doesn't mean that you go asleep to stop searching. That also has been attempted as an avenue. It doesn't mean that you give up in despair. That has been tried. It's that you stop the search for something to rescue you from yourself. When the lady spoke to me about healing, she was speaking of the body, it seemed to me. Emotional body, physical body, mental body, it doesn't matter. The body. And we have all experienced healing and the need for healing in the body. And we've experienced healings coming, and we've experienced healings not coming. If we attach our desire or our intention for truth onto the healing of the body, then invariably we overlook what is by its nature whole, pure, free, at ease, in peace. This is the simple truth. The complication arises because of these avenues of escape that have been etched into the mind, grooved into your particular mind, your particular ways. They may be like someone else's ways, but they have your twist or distortion to them. It is possible in an instant to recognize the attempt to escape, the impulse to escape, the command to escape, and in the face of that, to stop, to actually turn and face what it is that is being attempted to escape. It may be physical, it may be mental, it may be emotional. It may be death, it may be life. It may be the deepest fear, it may be the deepest bliss. It may mean facing the notion of who you are. It may mean facing the notion of who you're not. What it does mean for everyone is recognizing the impulse to escape, and also recognizing that in the midst of that impulse there is a choice. And that choice is to say no to the escape and yes to the facing of that demon or that God. This choice is the most supreme power of mind, and it is used daily in many trivial matters, and some matters that aren't so trivial. But this choice is a whole different realm from any other choice ever made. And once it is made truly, fully, giving every bit of your power of choice to the choice of stopping the escape, then choicelessly, exquisitely, effortlessly, with some pain, with some pleasure, the revelation that is the treasure of your being reveals itself as the truth of who you are, discovering yourself as that truth. I am very honored and happy to assist you in that by bringing this invitation from my teacher, from his teacher, by playing with you, wrestling with you a little, working it out with you. Because the subtle arguments of mind of why you can't stop, or shouldn't stop right now, will stop later, have a huge hold until they are investigated. And the investigation begins with asking yourself what it is you really want. Really. And what it is, and if what it is you really want is simply to be done with this woundedness, then you will continue to search until you find something that temporarily, at least, makes you feel better. If what it is you want is really the truth of matter, then you will have all support necessary to turn and face what you have run from for eons, what all of humanity has run from, what is in your cellular structure to run from. There is a force that is so huge, so unbelievable, that uses every form in your life as a pointer to the support that is there, that is here. You play a very essential role. You have to choose the support fully, completely. The struggle that's involved is only around whatever is still being held as a lifeline out of the choice, just in case it doesn't work. Just in case. So I'm suggesting that you leap deeply into the core of your being. I know that some of you at least have an intimation that what you will find there is truly horrible because of your wound. But I have had the great occasion to meet many people in these years of offering these meetings, these satsangs, with a whole spectrum of woundedness, from psychosis to just the middling neurosis that most of us have to deal with. And I have never met anyone who, when they were willing to really tell the truth and face it, no matter what they thought it was, always they found the beauty and peace of beingness. It's my experience. You have seen people, if you've seen videos or attended meetings, you have seen people have the experience, and you have perhaps touched it yourself. There is a treasure that is who you are. And it's saying, come in. And because it has been hidden for so long, it perhaps appears dark and ugly and forbidden. And you have gained support to not look at it. The whole socialization is to not look at that. But here you are, unsocialized, blessedly, at least to the degree where you can recognize that there is a yearning, a great yearning, to know who you are.